Today is Friday, July 5th. We thought we'd bring you a little political update on this date. Chief Martin Leborgne will be speaking about the Iroquois caucus, which took place in Tyendinaga earlier this week. Before we do that, we'd like to mention that the Mohawk Council of Kahnawake has issued an information sheet regarding S2, which is the Canadian legislation that is officially known as Family Homes on Reserves and Matrimonial Interests or Rights Act. It has been passed recently by the Canadian Parliament and is expected to come into force in 2014. It is contentious, and the Mohawk Council would like people to know why they are asking people to support the movement to use the urgent lawmaking provisions in the community decision-making process, something that is coming up in September or thereabouts. So the notice is on the website. You can check it out, and it is also going to be in the mailboxes. Right now, we go to Chief Martin Leborgne, who was in Tyendinaga this week.
Well, we had a lengthy agenda, and then we went through it. The biggest highlight to me was our position paper that was forwarded to, or is going to be forwarded to Harper government. We're just waiting for signature from Tyendinaga, which they weren't present. Unfortunately, they're having problems there, but it is waiting for their signature so we could move it off the position paper of the Iroquois communities. That was a big highlight for me anyway. We put it together. Kahnawake has what they want in this paper, and it was signed off by Bobby Patton on behalf of Kahnawake. So that was one of the things that I liked there, and was a highlight. Well, we had an update from Six Nation. The report is not here yet, but through Ava Hill, that went to the United Nations, the Permanent Forum on Indigenous Rights, and they gave us an overview of what happened, and a report is going to be here by midweek. I don't know exactly what's in it. She just gave us a brief. It's like, again, recognizing indigenous groups, and that's where we're headed for at a higher level to discuss issues that Canada is not upholding their end of the bargain. So we want to make it known out there. And I did give our response to Sid Hill. It was hand-delivered through Purelator. It went there overnight delivery, and I heard that he got it already. So we're just waiting for a response now. But everybody else, I think, is going to be responding in, I guess, similar to the same flavor of what we sent out. And the caucus will probably make their own letter out that would go back to a response from the caucus. But in there it says about the symbols and all that. And seriously, those symbols belong to us, to everybody. All Ungwahua people, all Kahnawake, that's ours. So everybody should be allowed to use it freely, All
right, coming up, there's an Iroquois caucus in probably September in Akwesasne. What do you foresee for that one?
Well, there it's going to come up about the free trade agreement that we did talk about at this one too. Grand Chief Bill Montour is going to be pulling that together. The paperwork is done, and like I said, Bill Montour is going to be bringing it together. He's championing it, and going to be setting up some sort of a meeting with all the Grand Chiefs to push the issue and to get it recognized out there in the real world, that the free trade is going to exist. And already there is other communities that heard about this free trade, and they want in already. But we have, and they're not Iroquois. They're the Hurons and the Mi'kmaq. And some, we got a letter from the Nipissing band. I don't know where they are, where they're from, but they all want to be part of this free trade agreement. And there's one from the States that heard about it, and they want to open up the free trade north to south, which they said the courts and that don't recognize. So we want it to go through all areas eventually, but we're going to start at home. Akwesasne already has a free trade agreement with Windage, and with Brazil, coffee. They have a free trade agreement bringing coffee, so it's a good thing. And then, like I said, the next meeting is in 2 months in Akwesasne, and that'll be a part of the discussion. It'll probably take a good half a day on that.